Even though October is over, I managed to squeeze in one more October themed type movie, and I watched Nosferatu for the first time. I've never seen a Robert Eggers film, just his vibe just really isn't my thing, but I was really impressed by just the technicality of this. I find it so impressive that this film gives off the experience of this classic black and white horror film, but none of this movie is actually filmed in black and white. Like, all of the tone of this was just done by like lenses and the production and the costumes, like the lighting, everything was craftfully framed to make it feel just dark and eerie and haunting. And it was so impressive, like the use of shadows, the use of light. And to my surprise, this film had this larger scope to it that I wasn't expecting. Like, I knew this was probably going to be like kind of a vintage themed film because I knew it was a remake of older classic horror films that I have not seen. I have not seen the OG Dracula and Nosferatu remakes or the original silent films, all that stuff, just because it's not really my thing. So this was my first introduction to it, okay? Okay. And I was just really impressed by like the scope of it. And as somebody that lived in Germany for 3.5 years, I just really loved this visual representation of this 1800s Germany. Another thing that I liked after the exposition is as the characters are coming in contact, so to say, with Nosferatu, we as an audience also start to experience how disorienting it is. The way that the count will just kind of jump from one place to another, and how the lighting shifts, and how we as an audience have also a hard time interpreting what is a nightmare and what is real life, like what is the nightmare turned real life. And I thought it was just an interesting mood experience to go on. I will say, plot wise, this movie didn't really rock my boat because at the end of the day, this is a remake of a lot of other remakes. And just subjectively speaking, this movie just really isn't my taste. I appreciate it for what it is. I think objectively, it's masterful in so many areas, but it's not really one that I would rewatch just because it's not really my type of horror. I'm not really into like supernatural horror like per se, but I do like how this film gave that nod just to that old school vampire folklore, and it's always fun to see it.